The multi-genre listening started very early, but it was always a natural thing inside of me. Like, I didn't want to listen to just one thing because I didn't feel just one way. Sometimes I wanted Barbara Mandrell. Sometimes I wanted Patsy Cline. And I immediately think about being single digits, looking at my dad's record collection, which I have a lot of them over here, and accessing whatever feels good and not trying to push a feeling. It was the eve of my 21st birthday, so it's September 11th, 1999 at like 11:50 p.m. And we're all just out of our minds, playing Uno, being silly. And then all of a sudden, my friend Jeffrey puts on this very specific club track. And it launched my brain into, I don't know, this almost incredible like psychic moment. It was called Body Rock, and it's by Lucy Liu and Mitchie One, and it was the Thunderpuss club mix. And there was something about the energy, the frequencies, just all of it. I just sat back on the couch and it was like the sky opened up and I saw the next like 10 to 15 years of my life. And then I think it was 2004, I put my very first DJ mixer on layaway at Sam Ash. It was this intuitive instinct thing of like, this is what I have to do. And if I have to put it on layaway and wait a little bit longer, then that's what I have to do. But I always had the mixtapes running in my head. And I needed a way to get these mixtapes and these ideas out of my head and out into my community. That's what happened. And it's been never ending. Like, I'm still DJing. And it feels absolutely, I'm just full of humility and gratitude that I've been able to access all of this DJ stuff inside of me to create this very kind of signature space. So being able to access my intuitive nature of, yeah, these certain tracks go together, or this environment needs a different audio atmosphere, and being able to shift that, manipulate it. And it's not out of power or ego, it's out of like connection. You know, I'm looking out in the room and it's important to feel connected with my audience and not to be separate or above, but to be like right there on their level. Seeing them eye to eye and ear to ear, all the senses. It's very important to me. For a long time, the inspiration was just sadness from losing friends, losing parents, losing grandparents. And there's been a shift, I think, and maybe it's just aging, getting older, where I realize like I don't always have to compose when I'm sad. I can also compose when it's been a great day and I'm feeling energetic. So really, inspirations are like huge waves in the ocean. Sometimes they're big, sometimes they're small. But being able to access that, oh, I feel it, is really important no matter what it is. Because some of my best work has come from those sad moments, but also some of my best work has come from the very amplified just feelings of exaltation, of power, like inner power and empowerment and overcoming something huge. I didn't have the type of platform and support that I not that I necessarily like need. Yeah, I did need it. I did need it. As a queer, half Hispanic, adopted person who loved pop music, but not like everybody else. I loved, Enya, Enigma, you know, all of the kind of new age electronic stuff. I didn't have anybody else who liked that kind of stuff. So now that I'm in this world, I feel like it is my calling and very important for me to create the atmospheres and environments and platforms that I did not have growing up in the 90s, and also even starting my DJ career in, you know, early to mid 2000s. That was perfect. Okay. It's really, really special and important to show the adult community and the youth community that synthesizers aren't inaccessible. You don't need a rocket scientist degree to be curious and have fun with sound. To create an atmosphere and environment of total inclusivity is very important for community care, and very important to show that synthesizers and synth music are in every facet of every person's life. And I would like to thank the guys from Stranger Things for really just exploding that open, because that gives me a chance to relate to younger people and maybe people who don't know synthesizer music outside of, you know, the Stranger Things soundtrack and theme tune. It makes people excited. To be able to show being very ecstatic and interested in interacting with sound in real time is something that anybody can do. So creating atmospheres where I'm not only supporting my community, but I'm also possibly generating, you know, donations for nonprofits from the work that I do, to show cohesiveness in my community, that I'm not just doing this for my own gain. It is something that, you know, I want to show everyone that just be curious. If you're curious about how to interact with sound in real time, come to my Synth Slam that happens every fall in August or September. Not having the type of support that I had growing up and being interested in different music, it's important for me to show people that they are supported and that what they're doing is important to the whole of the art society. Creating those platforms it just brings me so much joy, and I feel just huge gratitude when someone touches a knob or makes a patch and their face lights up and they're like, oh my gosh, that's the coolest thing I've ever done in my life.